Today, I'm going to discuss the 5 keys to how I sold a 17.5K website with my general web design agency. And this is no fluff. I'm not selling you a course at the end of this video, so let's get straight to it. And if you don't believe me, here's a screenshot of the down payment. I'll put that somewhere up here, but I'm not going to release the client's name for confidentiality reasons. If you don't believe this is real, then you can just skip the video. The first key is understanding the value of the website/service that you're selling. When speaking with a potential client, first, you need to understand their business and break down the numbers to figure out how much they're selling their product or service for. From there, you can figure out the profit margins and then figure out what you can charge for the website. For example, if your client is selling a product or service that is over $10,000, or let's just say $10,000 in profit each sale that they make, if the website that you build them can generate even just 1 or 2 extra clients a month, then you're perfectly fine charging $20,000 even more for the website when you are able to reverse engineer the return on investment that they're gonna get through the website. The second key point is selling a solution, not just selling the website. This is one of the most important perspectives to have when you're speaking to or selling to a potential client. You are not selling them a website, you're selling them a solution to their problem. You need to diagnose your client's biggest bottlenecks or problems and then tie them back into the solution that you're giving them. Let's say, for example, your potential client is a home service business owner. And when you're on the call with him, you're diagnosing his problems, and he says he's losing out on sales because he's not winning the trust of the homeowner. So what you're doing is you're coming up with a solution that happens to be the website that is going to help win the trust of the homeowner, which is going to get him more sales and drive more revenue into his business. So you're essentially reframing the website to be the solution to his biggest problem. The third biggest key is your confidence in the service that you're selling and the results that you're going to be able to bring them. If you're not confident in your fulfillment, it's easy for a potential client to sense that on a sales call. This is something that comes with experience and delivering actual results, but also you can gain this by doing enough market research and competitor research to be confident in the fact that what you are delivering them is giving them more value than you're receiving. And when you know that the value you're bringing the client exceeds the amount that you're charging them, the tone of your voice and the whole way that you approach a sales call and speak to them is drastically going to change. And this brings us to the fourth key point, which is detaching yourself from the outcome of the sale. This is a game changer. When you're too attached to the outcome and whether the client says yes or no, you're subconsciously putting too much pressure on you and them. The key here is to focus on helping the client make the right decision, not on closing the sale. Like I was saying before, you need to diagnose them and figure out if they're actually going to be the right fit, and if you're actually confident that you can deliver them value. When you detach yourself from the outcome, you're no longer chasing leads and feeling desperate. You're just consulting them and offering them genuine value, which they can fully sense. The fifth key point when selling high-ticket websites is building lasting relationships with the client. One of the biggest advantages is their valuable referral network, because successful people tend to hang around other successful people. So if you're selling somebody a 17.5K website, for example, the referrals that he brings are likely going to have that same exact budget, because when they ask him, oh, how much did you pay for that website? I love it. He's going to tell them 17.5K. So by the time they come to you, they already know your price, they already know the value, and it's almost an inbound lead. So those are the 5 keys when selling high ticket websites. And if you got value from this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram at spence.web for daily web design tips.